Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. This is my very first time to be spending Thanksgiving with you, my CHA family. Thank you, King Jesus. I am Precious Sadia Arendon Villanueva, and this is my life story of God's goodness in my life. Please bear with me. I am quite shy, and this is my very first time to speak in a big church. My parents were already legally separated. My father has another family. I was raised under the shelter of my aunties because my mother worked abroad. And we were Roman Catholics. We were devout Roman Catholics. Fast forward to high school, my mother had a brain tumor. She was operated. She stayed here in the Philippines for good. And we became financially incapable due to, well, surmountable medical expenses. Siyempre, brain tumor siya. So, we spent, I think, millions just to have her operated. And as a teenager, I became rebellious. As an only child, I became rebellious. With so much hatred, I did what any other rebellious child would do. I would smoke, I would drink at school, I would lie to my mother, even though she's sick. I'm a gamer. I would also poop it. I don't know. I would cut class. I almost did not graduate. It was the very first time that I prayed sincerely. Not in a, without the rosary, like what I was accustomed to. I wanted to graduate, of course. And I graduated. College soon came. My mother told me, you take up nursing or you will not go to school. Syempre, the lesser of two evils na lang. I don't want to stop schooling, so I took up nursing. I went to Davao. I went with my cousins. My hatred immersed more. I even flunked in my major subject. And I had to lie to my mother that we have summer classes just to take up my back subject. I had to lie. I hated my course. I don't like nursing because I'm an introvert person. I don't like mingling people. I don't like caring for people. I'm not that kind of person. I was not that kind of person. I hated that I have to go to Davao. I hated that I am away from my barkada. There was no life without my barkada. That was my thinking. I had so much hate in the world. It was the most depressed days of my life yet. I was suicidal. I would cut myself frequently, many times. I wanted to end my life. I didn't feel the love that I was asking for from my mother since we were not close. And my father also. But there was always this something that would hit me that I couldn't continue doing it. Second year college came. I have this classmate who's good at mathematics. Well, hindi ako magaling sa mathematics. Siya magaling. So, I would sit beside her and, would copy. And then she'd she would sing positive songs. I didn't know that it was praise and worship songs that time. She invited me to their church. And one day, I got bored. It was Sunday, and I went to their church. It was like an hour travel kasi from Toril to Buhangin, if anyone is familiar with Davao. And as I went inside, it was a small church. It was like a family church. But the youth are all smiles. And all were wearing red. And because I hated my life and I had so much hate in the world, I was wearing, all black, tattered jeans with the eyeliner. I had this face na, don't look at me, I wanna kill you, something like that. And they all gladly welcomed me. I said, what is this world? What kind of people are this? Wala ba silang mga problema? Bakit puro sila masasaya? I don't understand. Why are they not judgy? Why are they not condemning me for what I wear, for what I look? And I finished the service. I came home, I went inside my room, and I felt different, like I've never felt it before. I prayed, I cried, I asked for forgiveness from everything that I did before, from every sin, all the sins I could utter. With all my heart, I kneeled, I cried even more. Jesus endured everything before the crucifixion until he breathed his last on the cross, because of the joy set before him. And who is that joy? That's me? Wow. I remembered I played the song Potter's Hand, and I keep on singing it because I couldn't really pray more. I don't know really how to pray that time. The song goes like, mold me, use me, fill me, I give my life to the Potter's hand. And that was the start of my spiritual journey and intimacy with the Lord. I never went back to where I was before. I found the love that I've been craving for, that I've been longing for, and that is in Jesus, our Lord Jesus Christ. And all the vices were cut instantly. No more smoking, no more. Instantly. I became joyful. I continued going to church and help whenever I can. Baka mahaba-haba yung story. Okay lang, pass. Okay, I help whenever I can. So I went from projector and then media because I had no talents. I couldn't sing, I couldn't dance, I couldn't play any instruments. Nakakaya mong sabihin, but I have this kind of little kwento. Okay lang. I will embarrass myself. We have this small church, so the worship team asked me to be a backup singer. So okay, sige. Siguro because when I sing it with all my heart, and it can see in my facial expression, like, Lord, I really love you, Lord. Like, so tears would go streaming down my eyes, and then siguro nakikita nila from there. And then people will be, I don't know, they'll be like that. And then, they asked me to lead the worship. Remember, I couldn't sing. Okay, so the worship service, and then, I didn't really sing actually. Parang sinasabihan lang ako ng worship team na just, yung parang do ad-libs. Let's just sing blah blah blah, let's just sing blah blah blah, and then they all sing with me. And I could hear them singing more loud than I am. So parang it's okay. Okay, mas malakas sila magkanta sa akin. Okay lang. Actually, pinapatay nila yung, I don't know how they say it, the mixer. Para hindi masyadong marinig yung boses ka ba kasi mo overwhelmed. So pinapatay nila or ginabdahan-dahan lang nila. Something like that. And then, we had a meeting. I said, patay. Nagpa-meeting ang elders. Bakit kasi ginawa ko worship leader ba? Baka pagagalitan ako nito. I said, no, I would say, yung worship team kasi nagsabi na ako mag-lead ng worship eh. But during that meeting, the worship team was rebuked because ako nga na hindi marunong kumanta, they told me to lead the worship. How much more ang people who are talented, who have these great skills. God even told us na He can even ask the rock to worship Him. It was like a slap on a face sa kanila. Because ako, hindi marunong kumanta, I led the worship. And they all sang with me, with me, yes. I then enjoyed nursing. And whatever task that was given to me, I'll always put Jesus on top. I excelled. My life was church, apartment, school. Church, apartment, school. I tried having this self-discipline without my mother's guidance. It was all from Jesus. If it was hindering me from my life's purpose, I won't do it. I won't go there. I graduated at 18 and passed the board exams at 19. First day. Remember, I didn't like nursing before. But it wasn't really a big deal because I was already working as a supervisor in dim sum diner at age 19. But only a few months, my mom asked me to come here in Tacorong. I resigned and I came here. I applied for a managerial position in Jollibee. I passed. And after 5 years, I resigned. And then on that year that I resigned, my mother got diagnosed with cancer. I focused on my business at home and had to take care of my mother. My purpose din palang nursing course ko. 2 years of battling cancer. She was already a believer of Jesus Christ and we went to church together. I tried to do everything I could. We tried every possible treatment that anyone could offer. Holistic care, herbal meds, chemotherapy, oral stem cell, anything that you can name it, I'd buy it for mom. I would go to Jensan, to Davao in the middle of the night just to get yellow prescriptions and buy her meds. But her cancer progressed. Pain enveloped me. Pain after pain. From another tumor, from her colon, to liver, to her bone, to her inability to talk, inability to void, to pee or to... She couldn't even remember my name. The loss of healing, and so on. I then stopped counting. I then stopped counting pain. I bargained, Lord, ako na lang. Huwag na lang mama ko, kasi kaya ko. My mom went with the Lord on December 3, 2018. I was emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, and even spiritually burnt out. And I couldn't do anything more. I was an only child. But as soon as I embraced my vulnerability and helplessness, that's when God became evident. In resting, I found my breakthrough. He was strengthening my faith. It was necessary for my growth. I couldn't learn it any other way. I had to feel pain pala. It was the way God wanted. I believe there is no meaningless pain. There's a different kind of strength when you worship in pain. The very circumstances that threaten to destroy me by the enemy are the very things that launch me to my God-ordained destiny. I gain strength and wisdom as I learn and go through various things. It is the principle of life that everything grows from a seed to a forest. His love makes it worth it all. And a few months after, I was invited to this church. I have a new family. I praise and thank you, Jesus, for I am now part of this church. I thank you, pastors, for your warmest welcome, for the opportunity to guide the youth. Can I say po? Okay. I was tasked to lead the youth. Honestly, I think I am not worth it to lead the youth because there is so much potential in them. And I think I was still hurting because it's not yet a year. Pero, again, there is no meaningless pain. I had to undergo those things. I had to keep on moving forward. And I have a new family. I have to say something to the parents. Okay lang po. Your children are the next generation of leaders. And we have this vision. Transforming followers into leaders and leaders into agents of change. If you want them to be always on top and never at the bottom, to be the head and not the tail, let them seek God first and His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things shall be given unto them. They can do anything through Christ, who is their strength, their joy, their peace, their wisdom, their source of everything. Jesus loves them and has so much potential in them, in store for them. And in line with this, I would like them to invite sa aming Thank God It's Sunday. This will be on November 24 at 2 p.m. It will be a youth-oriented worship service. I was a youth. Adult na kasama yun. Although I look like you. Sorry. So I know how it feels. I know how it feels. I am a living testimony na nahon sa isang church who loves Jesus and youth-oriented. So please, don't restrict your children to go to our, or not restrict, but let them come to the church. Even every Sunday at 1 p.m. for our TGIS fellowship. Mas marami pa pong tao who has the most rocky experiences. But this is my testimony. This is my humble journey with my King, with our King. And I will continue to praise King Jesus all the days of my life. Thank you po, and God bless